Hello, this is Guapo, and welcome to episode 4. I hope, guys, you enjoyed the three first ones. So today we are going to continue on the comments we discussed and we started on episode 1, and it was about Reyes, one of our ex-agents who do having some claims. Of course, guys, we are welcoming any comments, and we are willing to check the good ones, the not good ones, let's say negative ones, and so let's continue with this. And here it will be about the third claim, as we discussed the first two in episode 1. Also, guys, we discussed some comments on episode 2 within Kabul, one of our best agents. Let's start right now with the first thing, which is claim number 3, which is about that strict 8 hours per day. So onboarding team do have sessions on day 1 of live training with trainees to show to them about or explaining about the commission scheme, and also how many hours to be operating per day and contracting and all of that. I do believe it's well clarified by the onboarding team usually, and why, guys, you have to be operating 8 hours per day. So it's simple like that. At the start, you need to be well educated, well trained, so you will be able to move to the next stage, and you are ready, you are qualified to make some good sales. If not, you will be wasting your time. So basically, we are investing in you as independent travel manager. We are just trying to make it simple for you to move to the next stage, and you are ready, and also your advisor will be paying attention to you when it comes to coaching, when it comes to checking your daily tasks and all of that. If you are doing okay, you are performing well, you will be able to make sales as soon as possible, and then you will be able to get some good commissions. So operating for these 8 hours per day, it will be just at your first month. So also second month, third month, still you are okay to achieve your weekly and monthly target. Once you are achieving this, everything will be okay. I do remember well, and I explained this on episode 1, that experienced agents are not operating like 8 hours per day. Why? They can operating very less hours per week, because simply they do have big list of return and referrals, and they can make some good targets for the weekly and monthly ones. So, and now, guys, let's step away from this bold comments from Reyes, and let's go to listen to this interview with one of the ex-agents of Dreamport, who's called Aurora. She doesn't have the best experience, and she was dissatisfied about her experience with us. Let's go and listen to this.
Yes, well, actually, the experience at the beginning, it was amazing. And
Yeah,
with people in general, it was amazing. I feel very, um, how could I say, welcome for my
yeah,
team. It was a wonderful team. The trainers were amazing. Everybody was so warm and so nice. Actually, the process is long, and it would be good if,
long.
yes, I think it was
Yeah.
long. But if besides that, everything else was pretty nice. The fact that you are learning things all the time for me was very exciting.
Yeah, you
Uh,
mentioned like it was very long. So, I did receive this comments many times. So how did you feel it's long? I mean, like I received also some other comment like it is repetitive, like we are repeating, many topics. Maybe, for example, the trainer like me and an advisor, we both, repeating the same topic or so. So we received like it's long, we received like it's repetitive. I'm not sure, but you can tell us about your comments about this, about being long or repetitive. What do you think about it, or how it goes?
well, for me, when I say long, I mean about the fact that we have a very long training before we can start to get pay. So, for
Yeah,
example, if we could be pay in at least in the half of our training or something
yeah,
like that, something that can keep the people motivated to to start the long process that we have to do. I can understand it's long because we have to understand the platforms, we have to understand the work. It's very complicated and it's very interesting. Some of us never worked in something like that before, and it's important to have everything clear. But the fact that you are working a lot without a payment is what I think make it look so so long, because it's
yeah,
there are different processes, but you are not there yet. So
Yeah.
I think that's the
Yeah,
main
so
point.
you do have some commitments and bills, I do believe, and you need also to get paid. Yeah, I'll be telling you one thing about that. I do remember well once I joined, it was about almost 2 years and a half ago. Let's say it's about to be three soon. So on my time, it was about 3 weeks of live training, not live nesting, because live nesting now it's two in one. It was only about live training, just pure training. There is no chance to move to week two, for example, like now, to have nesting stage, live calls, and so. So on my time, it was about 3 weeks of live trainings. So every day it was about 8 hours per day, and it was a bit long. I don't know anything about this industry before, so it was my first time. Just good sales skills, communication maybe. So I do remember, well, it was about 3 weeks too long. But at the same time, we do have some assessment every day, filtration every day, let's say. So I believe like it was just trying to make it like you know um, 2 weeks, two in one, like not live nesting and then, sorry, not live training and then nesting, which will be two different stages. So you can get money after almost about the maybe 4 to 6 months, maybe. This was about 2 years ago. So we modified this. It's almost more than a year, which will be only live nesting, like 1 week for live training, and second week you'll be having live calls. So this was the point, 8 hours per day. So trying to assist everyone to be qualified to the next stage. But we do understand it's a bit long, especially at the start. Lots of info every day, lots of tasks. So hard work, needed. But yes, we do understand it. What else do you think, comments you do have about this? Like, something you didn't like?
Well, in my case, everything was very smooth and very nice in general. The work
Yeah,
was beautiful. Actually, I found a new passion.
yeah,
uh, but in my case, I think that um, even when we talk to the other departments when we are training, there is this space between us. Sometimes we want to do some questions in specific meetings that you prepare for us with them,
yeah,
and the answers are very specific or very square. I don't know if that's the right way to say it, but it's not like something like the communication that we have with you. So I
yeah,
understand that is we can know everything because it's a company with rules, and you have to adapt. But sometimes it's important to have this kind of empathy with the other teams, and you can explain some situation or something specific that you can going through, and they are just like a whoa. And it's hard
yeah,
because your supervisors are amazing and your trainers are amazing, and all the people who we do this process are so kind and so nice. And then when you have another kind of a question about the process itself, you don't have the same feeling and the same
yeah.
connection with those
You mean
people.
like at some point, different departments, you cannot find the same worm. Like, for example, when you do have it with trainers or advisors, let's say, right?
Yes, yes,
Yeah.
exactly.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. I'm not sure if you sent an email to an advisor to assist on this. I mean, like, at some point, because of the hard work or the load of work, for example, different team, let's say it's about onboarding, let's say, it do have maybe 1,000 email and they are working very hard trying to cover it. So maybe it will be taking few days. Maybe you are replying and they are taking, some bit time to reply to you again. Um, we reported this at some point, and for example, it's been within maximum 2 days for now. So do you remember about the feedbacks we got it? And at the same time, if there is some really critical case or important one, let's say about some good trainee, really potential to be amazing agent, for example. So of course we do care about that. You are committed, and as we mentioned before, you can send me the email. So I will be sharing this to follow up myself, just to make sure it's about trying to assist you in the best way possible because you deserve it. Let's say at some point. But
Thank you so
yes,
much.
yeah, but yes, the improve this, time. like to make it like let's say it's about the deadlines, let's say. So every ticket or every email has to be replied within very short time, let's say maximum 2 days, maybe less. So this is about the first stage. I mean, like it's about contracting and so. But after this, it has to be on daily basis. I do believe in that. But yes, for some cases, for whatever the reason, you are feeling like there is misunderstanding. So what we do advise to get in touch with the trainer or advisor if you are
Mm.
moving to the next stage, and then the advisor can follow this himself to make sure it will be addressed. And for example, you get an update, it's shared. I do remember one case about my payment. I get in touch in chat with the sales manager myself. So I received my payment was about after 3 months. Why? Because on this time I do have a problem with my bank account with my soft code. So I bought the wrong one. So every time they sent it, it's rejected. I was feeling like why it doesn't work. I went to the bank branch myself. It doesn't work as well. And then what I did simply it was about trying to check it through the bank application. I can't find the code, so the employee do not know about it, but the application don't know about it. So I shared it with the sales manager via Google Chat, and he was really supportive about that. So at some point, maybe you are or you have to get in touch with advisor to facilitate things. Maybe because it's urgent for you, for example. No, I'm telling you about my story. About the I
I
do
totally
understand that. Yeah,
understand. No, actually, I don't have any complaints about my supervisor. He has been working with me all the time. He has been writing me,
yeah,
and he has been writing to the department where I had this, let's say, inconvenient.
yeah,
And I think another thing is that um, I can suggest, if may I,
yeah, yeah,
um, you work with a lot of nationalities. So I think this one of the reasons why some of us have this kind of disconnection. It happens that the people from Latin America have
yeah,
different ways to, how could I say? I don't know. Our bank accounts are different. Our
yeah,
documents are different. Our way to process things or do things is different. I think sometimes we are very communicative people. We talk a lot, as you can see. And when we try to explain something and they are not like used to it, they just treat us, or they don't just put it in the same way that they do for the people who they know the system. So they don't research or they don't ask the questions, the proper
got it,
questions. So
got it.
that's something that it should change, because I think for the company, and that's something that I will say, maybe it doesn't sound, I don't know, maybe that good, but we are very good sellers, and we have a lot of friends traveling all over the world,
Yeah,
and we can be a very big plus for Dreamport if you have this consideration about our, situations in general. For example, people from Venezuela who is in another country and they are in the middle of the process because they are running away from Maduro or something like that. And
surely I
it's
will,
not necessary people who is
surely I
bad
will,
or something like that. It's are
surely I
people
will
who
be
needs
willing.
the job and who can, bring very good things to. I'm not from Venezuela, but it's an example
Yeah,
for
yeah,
example.
surely, yeah, yeah, I got it, I got it. Surely I will be raising this, for sure, yes. Okay, so if you do have any other thing you didn't like, okay, just to confirm to everyone, you are no longer working right now in Dreamport, so
No.
yes, we know that. So thank you for, accepting this chance to have this, interview and explaining about some of the things you didn't like. So if you want to add any, um, listening with a really close attention if you do have anything you need to say about that.
Well, it's not the bad thing, it's all the opposite. I feel very grateful because you received me in a very beautiful way, all of you, you included.
Yeah, thank you.
And it was a very nice environment in general. Even the people who were working together, all the agents, it was such a nice, vibe. We talk each other, even. being so far with different nationalities. It was
Yeah.
so, it was
Yeah.
amazing.
You know,
It was amazing.
I was not feeling okay on my first days of life trainings because I was the only one from my country, and I was dealing with the different, ones. So I don't know how I can make joke, for example, how I can get in touch in the best way possible to make it, simple and more engagement, So I was feeling like, oh my God, I'm telling a joke, but they are making like this. No one is smiling. So I was thinking like it doesn't work the best. But yes, okay, nice cat, by the way. So it was
Thank you.
yeah, but yeah, so yes, I do understand this. Okay, I want to thank you very much, being here today. And again, you can send me an email about, this thing about, the raise of Latin Americans. I will be raising those, and I promise I will be replying to you shortly about it. Thank you again for being with here today with me and spending this time. I do appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you so much for the invitation.
Also, when it comes to the second claim, which is about pushing it to sell additional products, which is overpriced. I do believe like it's about really good benefits to our clients. We are just trying to provide the best experience possible to our clients. How is that? For example, if the tickets do have some restrictions, we are trying to make the tickets more flexible. I do remember well, one of my clients, do not have the best experience when it comes to, make an exchange before. He told me about that. I shared the benefits about the travel care service, TCS, and then the client can change the date. Do you know, the client called me and asked to change the date, as the client do have TCS already, travel care service. On this time, the airline refused to change the date. Do you know, guys, we promise, we keep. Simple like that. We paid the full amount of money to issue a new ticket for the client for the date wanted by the client. So it's amazing benefit, which will be saving the money, protecting, the flight ticket, no matter emergency, no matter, changes needed, making the airline tickets more flexible. Also, when it comes, for example, to Dreampass Plus. Dreampass Plus, for example, is one of our amazing additional products, and it will be providing some cashback up to 10%, some good internet access eSIM, and also in the same time, some amazing medical, protection, and all of that. It's really good benefits when it comes to letting our clients do having the best experience with Dreamport. Also, guys, when it comes to the fake commission, it's not about fake commission because it's simply shared again on day one when it comes to the onboarding team. Day one of live training, they are sharing this. So it's about reasonable commission. So you have to get some good conversion rate, which means like, for example, let's say you are managed to get 100 flight requests. If you are getting, for example, only one sale, it will be 1 out of 100. I don't believe like this is the best. So they are trying just to evaluate about your conversion rate and also your gross profit. All of that will be having some specific scheme, and then you'll be able to get your commission by the end of the month. So, for example, in Cabo can get some really good commission. I did it myself, and many else can do it. So the point simply, guys, it's about just paying close attention, trying to working hard, trying also to improving every day. If I can do it, in Cabo can do it, everyone can do it, guys. So this is the point simply. Also, the other claim, it's about never pay you. I don't believe like, this is right. Also in Cabo, in episode number 2, confirmed that. In Cabo again, one of our best agents, which we do have the episode 2 interview to just show you a real example how it goes. In Cabo confirmed this, I can confirm you this as well. Why? Because I do remember well, I received my first commission after 2 months. It was about an issue of my Swift, guys, my Swift code, my bank Swift code. I do remember well, Ashton used to contact me on daily basis, trying to check exactly how it goes, and he advised me to modify, the Swift code like ended like triple X or so. It worked really fine, and I got my first commission. Since this time, I'm receiving it on monthly basis, without delays, without any problem at all. So you do have money, guys. Do trust Dreamport. Nothing will be blocked or disappear. No, you do have money. Team and onboarding team will be there to assist you for whatever payments needed. Also, guys, the other part here, it's about fake identities. I can let you know about fake identities. It's about simple like that. We are using nicknames. In Cabo also, confirmed this on episode 2. And it's all about having some special name. Let's say the client wants to get in touch with John with Mary. And we do have 100 Mary, we do have 20 John, we do have 30 Jackson, and so I don't believe like this would be the best, right? So if we do have only one Guapo, one John, one Mary, one Jackson, one Michael, this will be way easier for the client to get in touch with you. So the client is calling Dreamport and asking to get in touch with Guapo. There is only one Guapo. Everything will be way easier when it comes to communication itself. The client don't have to get your 2-3 names to get in touch with you. And same time, it's about, no one knows each other. It's not true. At the start, guys, we are just trying to keep the privacy for everyone. After that, you'll be having your business account, you'll be having your Google Chats. Everyone can get each other easily, guys, can creating some direct messages and also space like, group messages. That's all about this part. And next time, guys, it will be amazing interview. Please make sure to make the like, subscribe, leave your comment. If you do have any comment about Dreamport, we will be there to reply to you with a very honest response. So thank you and see you on next episode, which you will be a surprise, like amazing interview. And please stay tuned. Thank you, everyone.